Let's see here. Hello to the one that is here. How you doing? Up to 3 people now. Wow. Look at that. Hello, Austin. Hello, NASCAR Stop Motion and More. How NASCAR Stop Motion and More? You said it's good. Austin, how you doing? Let's see here. Hold on, I gotta pull stuff up. All right, so I'm sure you guys have heard by now, but still waiting for my list to get checkout. I don't know what that is, but all right. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. The top 50 drivers. I did skim over that. I didn't have time to respond to it. But anyways, I'm sure you heard about the next gen car. They did their private testing at Martinsville. I guess it was a week ago now, and they did tests for all 3 manufacturers. Each specific manufacturer got to test their car that they wanted to. And so NASCAR is going to reveal those on May 5th. I was going to do a video on it yesterday, but something popped up. This pesky cockroach was in my room, and it took me forever to find it and kill it. And it was bothering me. But anyways, that's irrelevant. They're going to reveal that May 5th. All 3 manufacturers, like they did with the Gen 6, the Gen 5, all that. They're going to reveal that, what it looks like. Probably put a Chevrolet. Like Chevrolet usually does a blue and black. Ford, I don't know what Ford does. And then Toyota usually does red for their reveal cars. So yeah, we're going to get that on May 5th. That's when all the details are going to get announced. The aero, the body, the engine package, I think. So all the details will be released on May 5th. So that should be fun. They just did another test at Darlington with Tyler Reddick, and it sounded good. It sounded good. He was lifting, not just for like half a second. I counted. It was a solid 4 seconds in 3 and 4. You know, the shorter turns. He lifted for a solid 4 seconds before he started to get back into gas. 1 and 2, that's a little more wide, and he was kind of up, down, up, down, up, down. So it's promising. It's very promising for that next-gen car and the engine. I know a lot of us don't like the current package that we just floor it the whole time on some of these intermediate tracks, but hey, we might be getting some driver skill back. Obviously, it takes skills to drive a car 400, 500 miles, but it takes a lot more skill to actually be able to control the throttle, get more speed out of the car, entering the corner a certain way, all that stuff. That's just my opinion, though. Let's go to some comments. Let's see here. Can't wait for Xfinity tomorrow. My schedule's been way off. I went home this past weekend for Easter, and I got back Tuesday, and Wednesday, my Wednesday classes are the same as Monday, so I thought Wednesday all day. I thought it was Monday, and I have no classes on Thursday, and so I woke up this morning getting ready to go to class, and I'm like, wait a second, it's Thursday. Why am I getting ready to go to class? And that was weird, so I thought today was Tuesday, and then at some point tonight, I thought it was Friday. My brain is really messed up, but Xfinity is tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. No rain, but there's supposed to be rain for the Cup race on Saturday. Oof. But Sunday looks good, so it looks like if we don't get it in Saturday night, we're definitely getting it in Sunday because there's no rain forecasted any time of the day on Sunday. It will be V8 supercars on ovals. Yay, Roger Penske. I have not looked into that. I don't know what that's all about. I got a feeling the Ford is going to be weird, going to look weird. I think all 3 are going to look weird just because we're so used to looking at the Gen 6. For a second, it's going to look weird. I don't know. It's a new car. All new cars look weird to me for a second. Like the Camaro originally looked weird to me, but then after a while, I was like, oh, it's not that bad looking. They did a great job keeping the security tight when they tested the 3 manufacturer-specific cars. It's crazy that there were no leaked images. I agree. Because with Martinsville, at least from the aerial camera from Google Maps and stuff, like, it's not like Bristol. Bristol's got stands all 100% away around it, so you can block things out. You can block cameras. Martinsville's got some open ends that you could potentially sneak to the corner of and click and get a picture of, but they must have shut down the whole property because no one got any pictures of it. Hey man, greetings from Delaware. Keep up the great videos. Thank you, M. David Dellinger or Dellinger. Sorry if I pronounce it wrong. Junior, thank you. That means a lot. I'm glad you're enjoying the videos. Glad you're enjoying the content. I know I haven't done a lot the last couple of weeks. Schoolwork has picked up a lot. Lots of projects, lots of tests. So I've been working on that. The next couple of weeks are kind of chill, so I should get more out. But yeah, thank you for that. That means a lot. I think intermediate short tracks, road courses are going to be great, but plate races I feel are going to be bad. I hope not. Plate races are like I love short tracks and stuff, but dude, plate racing is just so unique and so special. I hope they don't screw it up there. The current plate package I think is perfect. Everyone's like, oh, the Daytona 500 was terrible, but that's the driver's fault for trying to win on lap 15 and causing a 25 car pileup. That's why the drivers were so cautious and single line for the other 185 laps. So that's on the drivers. Other than that, we've had tremendous racing on the super speedway. So hopefully they can. Obviously, you can't just take the package from this car to the next car because it's a completely different car, completely different engine, completely different body, completely different rules package. So they're not going to be able to just do that. But hopefully they can figure out a way to make it really good racing. And then again, if it's bad, there's only 4 races a year that we got to deal with it. So. But I feel like it's really hard to mess up the plate racing because, you know, you can't get strung out. I mean, the only bad Talladega Daytona race I can remember was the 2018 Talladega Fall race when Stewart Haas Racing led like 187 of the 188 laps. And I didn't watch half that race, so lucky me, I guess. I meant that next gen will basically be V8 on ovals, sequential, IRS, single lug. Single lug and sequential, I know what those means. A sequential, they think it's gonna be like a 6 gear. And sequential, it's not like the H pattern. It's like the, you know, like I don't know how to represent this with my hands, but like first gear, shift. Second gear, shift. Like you do the same motion every time. Not like the first gear, down to second, up to third, down to fourth, like that. I probably did a meh job at explaining that. Someone could do better. And then as for IRS, those are the tax people, I think. I don't know what an IRS is in racing. I'm sorry. I know what DRS is in F1. Something about drag and like you get 20 miles an hour extra if you're within a second. Oh, my water's gone. Okay. All the teams will be coming out next year on the same page of the book. It's going to be fun to watch the next-gen cars with certain teams having the certain edges. And yeah, I feel like they should have waited for the whole best season ever advertisement. They should have waited till next year to do that. You know? I really feel like they should because it's a new car. You don't know who's going to win. You don't know who's going to be good. You don't know who's going to show up when. I feel like they should have saved that for next season. This season's been unique because of how many drivers we've had up front and all the different winners. But, you know, the racing hasn't been out of this world, 1 in a billion kind of thing. But I think they should have saved it for next season. But they can do what they want. If they want their money now, they can have their money now. Next year's, I'm going to make a hot take. Next year's Daytona 500 will be one of the most viewed NASCAR races of all time because of the new car. I think I just lost 2 viewers after I said that. Oof. The edge in current cars, some teams are better than other. I think people have their expectations too high for how the next-gen car is going to race. I feel like it may take a couple years. Yeah, you know, everyone thinks it's going to be like perfect 36 races. It's never going to be a perfect 36 races. We're never going to have a full schedule where every single race is good. We're going to have bad races. It doesn't matter if you put 10,000 horsepower in it. It doesn't matter if you take all the downforce out. It doesn't matter what you do to the car. There are going to be bad races on the schedule. There are going to be races where guys lead a buttload of laps and win the race by 20 seconds. There's going to be races where we have 4 wide finishes, okay? Sometimes there's going to be really entertaining races. Sometimes there's going to be dull and boring races, okay? 2014 was my personal favorite season since I've been a NASCAR fan. And there's races I don't remember because they were boring. There's a lot of races I remember from that year. I can name most of them. But guess what? There's some of them that are boring that I don't remember because, dang it, they were boring and I don't remember them. So even in the best years of racing, there are going to be bad races. So people who think that this next car is going to produce good racing at every single race for the rest of their lives, I've got news for you, buddy. It's not going to be perfect. There are going to be bad races because some of it just, cars dominate and it gets kind of boring. But the other part of it is some of the racetracks. Ever since they jacked up 1 and 2 at Texas, I love Texas Motor Speedway, but ever since they messed with the 1 and 2, racing there's been awful. There's only been 2 good races there that I can remember, which was the first one in 2017 in the fall, and the second to most recent one, the 2020 summer race. Other than that, the racing's been awful. Last fall, all I remember is Kyle Busch won. I couldn't tell you anything else that happened. 2019, I can't even remember who won in 2019. 2018, I think the 2018 spring race was decent. Fall race was horrific. 2017 fall race was bad. But yeah. And then like other tracks like Pocono. Pocono's a fun track in terms of driving. I hope they can shift at Pocono again with this new car. I miss that, like hearing the drivers shift and stuff, going to the in-car camera. Like that was so fun when I went to Pocono just to kind of like see the drivers, how they drove the track and stuff like at the track. I thought that was really cool. And people get all upset about that. But anyways, I'm going off. Back to other stuff. Is it sad that I'd rather go to Texas than Dega because I am a Johnson fan, but when I have my NASCAR fan cap on, destroy Texas? No. I don't think they should destroy Texas. I think they should destroy 1 and 2 and change it back to the way it was. That's just my opinion. As for Talladega, dude, I love Talladega. I've been to 2 races there. Time of my life. Denny Hamlin may have crushed my soul last fall, but I still enjoyed the heck out of that race. And the 2019 fall race was the best race I've ever attended in person. Independent rear suspension, that's what IRS is? Okay, cool. How do you think Bowyer's doing in the booth with Jeff? I tell you what, I have never seen Jeff Gordon this happy in terms of like when he's not winning. Like, you see Jeff Gordon in interviews out of the car when he was racing, he seemed pretty happy and stuff, and then even in the booth, he seemed pretty happy, but dude, in the booth with Bowyer, like Bowyer brings something out in Jeff. Like, I don't know if they're like how close they are off the track as terms of friends. Like, obviously they had an incident in 2012 at Phoenix, but they seem like they get together and they just really mesh well. They go off of each other well in terms of like what they're talking about. So I think it's a really good combination. I think Bowyer is great in the booth. Even if it was just him and Mike, I think they'd be great. But I think Bowyer has elevated the booth overall, not just himself, but he's also elevated Jeff Gordon, which has helped the Fox broadcast tremendously. So shout out to Clint. Speaking of Jeff Gordon, he had COVID during the off week. He got the first dose of the shot, and then he didn't have symptoms, but he said he was feeling fine, but he should be back for Martinsville. So hope he's feeling better. Jeff Gordon, the greatest NASCAR driver of all time. I'm about to get destroyed in the comments, potentially. I'm happy they're going to that type of gear because I'm better at that type of gear. So if I make it to NASCAR, I'll have a better chance. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to say to that. But hey, pursue your dreams. That's what I'll tell you. Go pursue your dreams. If you want to be a NASCAR driver, you go for it. As long as you're having fun. As long as you're having fun, go for it. We're going to always have Pocono. No car or package can fix Michigan. I used to love Michigan. Like back before they took out horsepower, it used to be such a fun track because they show the cars going into the corners. They're going 210 miles an hour into the corner. Are you kidding me? That's the coolest thing ever. Yeah, I love Michigan. Everyone gives it so much crap, but I love Michigan. As far as a couple batters go, do you think we will ever get a photo finish not at a super speedway? Last one was ISM with Carl and Kevin. Yes. If it were to happen in a non-super speedway, it would not. It's not happening this year at any intermediate tracks. It would happen if it were to happen this year. It would happen at Bristol, Darlington, or it would have to be a higher bank track. Like, it's not going to happen at Martinsville because Martinsville, you got to bump someone out of the way if you want to pass them. You can't make a clean pass for the win there, like on the last lap, last corner. It's not going to happen at New Hampshire. It's not going to happen at Nashville. It's going to have to be Darlington, Bristol, What are they running? No, they're running the 550 for Dover. I would have said Dover, but nothing with the 550. It's not going to happen at 550. So I'd say Darlington or Bristol this year. But after that, I guess it could be anywhere. Hello, David. How you doing? David de Graffenried. Guys, I'm so sorry if I pronounce your names wrong, but I'm trying my best. Harvick won at Texas in 2019. Have you ever been here to Delaware for a Dover race? No, I have not. I don't think I've ever been to Delaware. But if Dover's still a NASCAR track, I would like to go. The tracks I've been to for a race, Texas is where I grew up. Went to races there for years. Talladega is where I go now. I've been to a race at Charlotte, Pocono, Watkins Glen. So 5 tracks. I don't think I'm missing any tracks that I've been to. I think that's it. I've never been to a short track. I want to do that. When Mike Joyce retires, it's going to be sad. I agree, but Alan Bestwick, they better call Alan Bestwick and get him in the booth. It will be a great day. You think about Martinsville last year. Martinsville, both of those races were great. The fall race was much better in terms of drama and stuff, but like people were like, the spring race wasn't that good. There wasn't enough crashes. And I was like, dude, it was still great racing across the board. Sure, like Truex won by like 10 seconds, but it was still a really fun race. I can't believe Clint forgave Jeff around the start of 2020 when the iRacing races. I believe that repaired their friendship. I have no idea when their friendship was repaired. I had that Zoom call with Gordon, and I posted that clip when he talked about Boyer, and he talked about that a bit, about how, yeah, our incident happened and stuff, but we've gotten over that, basically. I mean, or he said, like, we're never going to fully get over it because, obviously it was a big deal. But we've gotten over it enough. We're adults that we're mature. We're going to talk to each other still. We got to work together, so might as well be friends. So I thought that was very mature by the both of them. I've been a Gordon fan since he started in Cup. I was at his last... Oh, dude. You lucky dude. I became a fan in 2010, and I was a Gordon fan, but, dude, I wish I could have attended one of his wins. But to be at that last one, that would have been the coolest thing ever. I've seen, like, fan videos and stuff on YouTube, and, like, to hear the crowd scream for him, because when I got into NASCAR, he was always being booed when I went to races, but that would be one of the coolest thing ever, to be at a Jeff Gordon win. But, yeah. Dude, if there's ever a reason a Hendrick Motorsports driver has to miss a race, Jeff Gordon should get in the car. And if it's the 24 car and it's not Jeff Gordon, oof, I will be upset. Thanks, man. I really hope I can make it. I'm a decent driver with everything I drive. Some cars I am better than others. I can't read. Sorry about that. But yeah, best of luck to you, Austin. They're running the 750 for Dover, actually. How about that? Good. Maybe there couldn't be a photo finish there. When Jeff takes over for Hendrick, will he have to leave the booth or can he run a team? Ugh, that's tough. Because Hendrick, if he runs Hendrick, he's going to have to do everything in the day-to-day operations. I don't know. That's a good question. I really don't know the answer to that one. That's a really good question, though. Dang. That's a good question. The spring Martinsville race I love until Jimmy went from having the best car to barely getting in the top 10. I remember that. He won stage 2. He led like 80 laps, and that was like 80 of the 85 laps he led last year. I think he said the tires fell off or something, like the rear tires. He couldn't get off the corner well. He had burned everything up because he was up in the top 5, and then he fell out of the top 8. He finished 9th, I think. My first race I've ever been to was Kenseth versus Logano 2015. It was painful being a Logano fan, but the crowd energy was something else. Dude, Matt Kenseth went from being a NASCAR champion to a NASCAR legend that day. He's won a ton of races this year, or in his career. He's won a championship. But when he dumped one of the most hated drivers in NASCAR and gave Jeff Gordon his last win, dude, instant legend. That might be the most iconic race that has happened since I've been a NASCAR fan, to be honest with you. Dude. that was a pretty awesome race. I love it. That's my favorite race of all time. What race are you looking forward to most this year? COTA or Road America? COTA. It's in Texas. It's in Austin, Texas. I really want to go to that if I can. It's in the summer. COTA is a unique racetrack. I'm looking forward to turn 12. That is where they will go from 185 miles per hour to 35 miles per hour. Turn 1 will be, it's such a unique track because turn 1's a hard left, turn 12's a hard left, but the elevation changes too. Turn 1, you go very steep uphill, and then turn 2, or going down to turn 2, you go really steep downhill. Elevation changes, unique turns, unique pit road, unique everything. So it'll be fun to see how the Cup cars drive on it. As for Road America, I'm excited for that one too. I'm just more excited for COTA because it's a new track to NASCAR, and it's a unique track. I feel when Jeff takes over, if he remains a broadcaster, he's going to be biased. Like if Chase Rex by like Kyle Busch, you would call Kyle trash. No, Jeff didn't do great in that first year, but ever since 2016, he's done good at keeping his personal, because he has a stake in Hendrick Motorsports. I think he owns the 5 car now. He owned Jimmy Johnson's car. He was the co-owner there. But I think it's the 5 now. But anyways, yeah, he's done better at it over the past couple of years. Like if a Hendrick car passes someone, he's all like, yeah, you other teams suck. Hendrick's the best. He's done a pretty good job at that. But yeah. I'm going to go get my water real quick because I left it over there because I'm done. I thought I saw it there. Jeez. My favorite race in 2016, Homestead, for personal reasons, not being biased. 2020 Dega. That whole weekend was magical to me, from the racing to the walk they had. That was awesome. Yeah, I remember that weekend. That was pretty crazy. Just that whole thing. And of course, people still bring it up today. I've closed my case on that. I've given my thoughts. I've given my opinions. People get so triggered over it, but you guys know my opinion on that. But that was a really good weekend for NASCAR. NASCAR really united. Drivers, crews, teams, they all united, which was really cool to see that weekend. And of course, whatever. We're done with that. Plus, the race was great. The racing was great that weekend. There weren't a bunch of big crashes every 5 laps, and it was a thrilling race. Did you ever see highlights when NASCAR raced in Japan in the 90s? I have seen highlights of that, yes. I have. It's Suzuka Circuit. It's a fun track. You think Rick Hendrick win Martinsville? He's got a great shot. Chase Elliott's the most recent winner there. William Byron's had some good runs there. Bowman finished in the top 10. Both the races last year. Larson, though, he's never been good at Martinsville, so I'd say I'm most concerned about him when he's been the best Hendrick driver all year. So that's ironic, I guess. What would you rate? Golly, I can't talk. What would you rate Drive to Survive Season 3 from 1 to 10? 10. I love that documentary so much. Because, I wasn't an F1 fan before that, but when I watched that, to see it's so fun, to see behind the scenes, the technicalities and stuff about F1, but the drama, it's some of the stuff you would think it was scripted. When the Haas guy, I think his name is Gunter, when he gets on the phone and starts, cursing people out and, with British words, I think that's hilarious. And then Toto Wolff and Christian Horner going at it. They seem like they're friends, but at the same time, I feel like they want to punch each other in the face. So I think that's a really fun rivalry. Hearing the drivers' different perspectives on things, I think that's really fun. So I thought Season 3 was great. I think the first 2 seasons were a little bit better, but Season 3 was fun. And that first episode of Season 3, when they talked about COVID and the whole thing shutting down and they were documenting it all the drivers and teams' opinions on that, and like just reliving the whole thing, kind of thinking about where were you when that all happened. I thought that was really cool. Really cool. Will Michael McDowell make it in the playoffs? If so, can he go further than round one? Well, we haven't had any repeat winners this year, so at the rate we're going, there's a chance Michael McDowell misses the playoffs. But I really don't think we get more than 16. So I'm going to say yes, he makes the playoffs. As for making it past round one, I think if he makes it past round one, I think he makes it to the round of 8. Hottest take of the year. Because that first round consists of Bristol, Richmond, Darlington, which are 2 short tracks and a hybrid short intermediate track that runs the 750 package. And Michael McDowell's a good driver on these short tracks. He runs really well on these short tracks. So all he has to do is beat 4 guys. He's got 5 playoff points. He could potentially get more. And then that second round has wild cards. It has the Roval and Talladega, and all it takes is 1 win, and Michael McDowell's in the Elite 8. Yeah, hot take. It showed the garage is a family. Someone can dump somebody, but at the end of the day, they still care about each other. Yeah, that's what I agree with. You know? There's some drivers that definitely hate each other off the track too, but you know, they're not going to go like burn each other's houses down or like, you know, go stab each other's tires out like in the parking lot. You know, they're going to be civil. Yeah, they're going to have disagreements on the track and they're not going to like each other or agree with each other, but off the track they respect each other. So that's really cool to see. But yeah, last year that was really cool to see NASCAR drivers and teams unite together. I'd say Kyle Larson gets more wins than Elliott this year. At this rate, that's what's going to happen. Yeah, Elliott's been off at certain tracks I did not expect him to be off at. He's had a little bit of bad luck, but some of it's just been like his own doing. But and then Larson's been good everywhere. So I wouldn't be surprised if Larson won a bunch of races this year, competed for the championship. I was thinking about this today actually. If Larson wins the championship in his first year with Hendrick, that would be the first time someone's won a championship with their new team in their first year since Kevin Harvick in 2014, I think. Because, yeah, it would be Kevin Harvick in 2014. So 7 years ago. And, you know, everything's like the last time we had 7 different winners in the first 7 races, 2014. That 7th racer in 2014, Joey Logano. In 2021, Joey Logano. Kevin Harvick championship confirmed. I think I just convinced myself out of Kyle Larson winning the championship with the new team. I don't know. I'm all over the place. Larson 5 or more wins this year. Let's go with no. I could get into it. I think it's possible that he gets 5 or more, but I'm just going to say no right now. NASCAR fan 93100, what's up, guys? How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. Hope Chase just has a clean race with no bad drama this week for once. Bet he rear ends someone on lap 1 and busts his radiator. I see Denny cutting Joey's tire. Dude, I would love to see them go at it again. Because Denny Hamlin, they could have had another fight last week, but Denny Hamlin is scared of winning apparently. Important races. He's scared of winning important races. Sorry. Denny Hamlin can win any regular season race. That means nothing. But the instant it means something. Nope, can't do it. Except for the Daytona 500. That's something I can't figure out. He can't win anything else though. The best race finish was the Kyle versus Larson finish when they kept hitting each other. Yeah, that was cool. And like Kyle Larson after it was like, that was really fun. Yeah, we lost the race, but you know what? I had fun. Kyle Busch seemed like he had fun. I don't care that I finished second. I had fun. So that was really cool to see. I've noticed a lot of people are not liking Denny much. What's going on with that? Look, Denny's a nice guy and he's a really good driver. But sometimes he doesn't help himself in terms of enemies. It's like it's not like he's Logano and he's like over aggressive and just like wrecks people. You know, Logano's a talented driver, he's a champion, but he's over aggressive and he wrecks people sometimes. Hamlin, he does something wrong and initially he won't admit it. And then once he does admit it, it's too late. It's too late and he's kind of screwed himself. Like the Elliott situation is what I think of. Elliott, he completely wrecks Chase Elliott, and the first thing he says is he checked up way too early. Then after the race, he's like, oh, actually, I changed my mind. I messed up. So it's like, you know, whatever for that. But yeah, it's a tough one for Denny. And then Denny also, he does rub some people the wrong way on the track. Logano, obviously they've had their issues, but you know, a lot of people have issues with Logano. So my favorite race is Dover 2016, Michigan 2016 fall race. I remember those races. They were good. 2016 Michigan, Larson's first win. 2016 Dover, we had the 3-car battle for the lead with Larson, Elliott, and Kenseth, with Kenseth getting the win. I predict there are like predictions, I guess, but every 10 years, under winner wins the Daytona 500. Same thing with the 24. Yeah, that's what we're doing. 2001, Michael Waltrip. It had to be a first-time winner, though. 2001, Michael Waltrip, first win in like 400 and something starts. Trevor Bayne wins in his second start in the Daytona 500 for the Wood Brothers in 2011. Michael McDowell wins in his 300 and something start in 2021. 2031 Daytona 500 champion will be... I don't know. Quinn Houff. Quinn Houff will win the 2031 Daytona 500. There you have it. You heard it here first. In 10 years, if Quinn Houff wins the Daytona 500, I am going to laugh very hard. My hot take, both Roush drivers will win a race this year. Talladega and Daytona exist. And Buescher's had speed at some of these mile and a half, so who knows? Who knows? Dennis Hamlin is the definition of talking the talk but not walking the walk. I agree. Denny Hamlin has won so many races, and winning races is a big deal, but it's like he wins them at the wrong time. And then he goes to the championship race, and everyone picks him to win. And what does he do? Guys, do I even have to say it? He chokes. He chokes. Everything else is pointless. It's not pointless, but it's like, what? He just can't get it done. And then with like the important races, he's won some Daytona 500. So like the Bristol Dirt Race is the most historic race in almost 50 years. He has a perfect opportunity to move Joey Logano and win this race. What does he do? He goes to the top that hasn't been working for 20 laps. Denny Hamlin shoots himself in the foot in these important races so much, it's not even funny anymore. It's so bad. It's honestly hilarious sometimes, but yes, he has also crushed my soul multiple times. In terms of my favorite drivers, Matt DiBenedetto. He's crushed Matt DiBenedetto twice, which has crushed me twice. Crushed Chase Elliott once, which crushed me, but he never got into it with Jeff Gordon. But every driver that Denny Hamlin has gotten in conflict with, they've gone on to win a championship. Joey Logano, Chase Elliott, Kevin Harvick, Brad Keselowski, all the drivers he's had run-ins with, they've went on to win a championship. So, bam. I feel one day after Ty Gibbs, who replaces Bell, and so okay. Dude, Christopher Bell won in his second race with Joe Gibbs Racing, has run top 10, and we're kicking him out of the seat already. I'm not even reading the rest of that comment. 2031 Daytona 500, Hailie Deegan. There you go. Even though if she puts up the results, she'll probably replace Kevin Harvick. There's your hot take. Or not hot take, but your medium take of the day. 2031, Jordan Anderson. That's a, yeah, there you go. If Joey was in Dennis's position, yes, he would. Anyone would have wrecked Joey Logano. Like, it's not like Matt DiBenedetto was up there. No one wants to wreck Matt DiBenedetto for a win. It's Joey Logano. All the other drivers in terms of the on the track, everyone hates him. Everyone knows how he drives. Everyone knows if Logano was in that situation, he'd bump them and wreck them out of the way. But no, Denny Hamlin, who has history with Joey Logano on the track and has fought him 2 years ago, is like, no, I think I'm just going to let him win. Dude, literally any other driver on that track that day would have moved Joey Logano, except for Denny Hamlin, because he chokes in big moments. Let's go through the list. Quinn Houff would have definitely wrecked Joey Logano for a win. Kurt Busch would have wrecked him. Brad Keselowski, his teammate, would have wrecked him. Austin Dillon. Oh, Austin Dillon would have wrecked him. Austin Dillon has wrecked someone for a win before. Kevin Harvick would have wrecked him for the win. Kyle Larson would have wrecked him for the win. Ryan Newman would have wrecked him for the win. Corey LaJoie, Tyler Reddick, Chase Elliott, Eric Almirola. Denny Hamlin wouldn't do it because Ryan Blaney might have done it. Ryan Blaney, I feel like it would have been a nice tap though. He wouldn't have just dove in there and just wrecked him. He would have done a nice little bump and just scoot to the side. 13 card does not exist anymore. Briscoe would have done it. Busher would have done it. Kyle Busch would have done it. Truex would have done it. Truex would have definitely done it. Bell would have done it. De Benedetto would have done it. Logano would have done it to himself. Bubba would have done it. Byron would have done it. I'm going in numerical order. This is where it gets really gappy in terms of the numbers. Is there a 31? No, there's not. There's not a 32. There's not a 33. There's not a 30. Yeah, McDowell would have done it. John Hunter Neiman. No, not John Hunter Neiman. Anthony Alfredo would have done it. Custer would have done it. Chastain would definitely have done it. Jones would have done it. Bowman would have done it. Every other driver in the field would have done it. Anyways, if Joey was in Dennis' shoe, read the comment, I beg. What comment? What did I miss? Did I miss? I'm not scrolling back. I'll scroll back up in a minute. Deegan will be more productive in Cup than Danica ever was. Question mark. Too early to call. Not even gonna put my nose in that. You think Ryan Newman will win Talladega? He's got a great shot. He was inches away in 2019. He's a good plate racer. He's been up there for multiple races, so he's got a shot. Heck, Jeff Gordon, the most calmest driver ever, would have sent Joey. Dude, I'm convinced that my 88-year-old grandma would have wrecked Joey Logano for that win. I don't think my 88-year-old grandma would I'm serious. I think my 88-year-old grandma would have wrecked Joey Logano for that win. And she's one of the calmest drivers I've ever known. That's telling you something. Denny, get it together. I get really mad at Denny Hamlin. I feel bad because he seems like a good guy. He does good things. But when it comes to his on the track and his choking in big races and not wrecking Joey Logano for the win in a historic race, I just get so built up and frustrated. Okay? And then I say things about him, his driving ability, when it's like he has 45 Cup wins and 3 Daytona 500s, and I'm telling him he's trash, and in reality he's done more than 99% other NASCAR drivers in history, and I'm like, I'm really an idiot. But you know what, Denny? That's what I'm here to do. I talk about NASCAR. I talk about drivers. I give my opinions, and this is my opinion. I guess this is what I get paid to do, kind of. It's not like I'm getting a big paycheck, but still, you get my point. It's what I do. I enjoy doing it. So, Denny, don't not wreck Joey Logano next time. I bet. I'm calling it now. Denny and Joey are both in the championship at Phoenix, and this time, Denny goes to wreck Joey for the win, and he does it completely wrong and wipes himself and Joey out. And who's Denny gotten into it recently? Has he wrecked anyone this year? He'll get in a conflict with someone, and then that person will go on to win the championship. Okay. I'm out, man. Great live. Hope you do another one soon. Keep up the great work. Enjoy Martinsville. Hendrick for the checker. Thank you, M. David. I'm glad you enjoyed the live stream. Thank you for that comment earlier. It seriously did mean a lot to me. I'm glad you enjoy the content. I do my best when I can. I'm glad everyone else is enjoying it. But, yeah. The comment you said you will not read the entire comment. Yeah. I keep on forgetting about that. I'm going to pull that up right now, in fact. You know what? What video? Actually, you got to tell me what video you commented on. I don't want to go through every video scrolling through comments because that takes a long time. Last question, will anyone ever get to third? Yes, eventually. It's going to happen eventually. It hurts me to say it, but it's going to happen. I don't know when. It could be 10 years. It could be 100 years. I could be around for it. I could not be around for it. But records are meant to be broken. One day, Jeff Gordon will not be the third all-time winningest driver in NASCAR history. It sucks to say as a Gordon fan, but I hope I don't live to see it, because dang it, I want Jeff Gordon to be the GOAT in my mind. He's always going to be the GOAT to me, and I don't want to see anyone pass his records. So, also, Edwards in Hall of Fame this year. I don't know. He'll be in the Hall of Fame one day. I don't know if it'll be this year. If Kyle B gets his stuff together, I say Kyle will get third, or Chase, or... Oh, boy, hold on. All right, come on, Eyes. Eyes, you got to work for me here. If Kyle B gets his stuff together, I say Kyle will get to third, or Chase Ryan, or Kyle Larson. Like in the points? I assume you're talking about the points. No, I meant the 20 bell joke. Okay, that was in this live stream. Let me go back. Oh, was that the thing about Bell getting replaced by Ty Gibbs? Yeah, I kind of stopped reading that comment because I was like, what? Joey Logano, Denny Hamlin, Auto Club battle win. Yeah, exactly. It's like, dude, you literally went on SportsCenter and talked about how this dude just broke your back in 2013. You know, obviously that was an intense crash. I'm glad Denny is better. I'm glad he's continued to do great things since then. But this dude literally broke your back, and like you won't move him for a win. Okay. I don't know. I'm judging someone that when I'm not in their shoes. You know, it's so difficult to judge what someone does when you're not there to do it. And then it's like if you were there, you might have done the same thing. It's such a difficult decision. But people talk about it all the time. Like when a coach makes a bad call late in a game, it's like, oh, I would have done the opposite thing. It's so easy to say now, but you know, it's tough. But you know what? That's what I do. I make dumb comments sometimes. So sorry if I offend you, Denny Hamlin fans. Denny Hamlin, I know you're not watching this, but sorry. Denny's an all-time great. Okay, that's the fact of the matter. He's a 3-time Daytona 500 champion. He's got 45 or something wins. He's won the Southern 500. You know, he's won a lot of things in his career. That's the fact. He's a very successful Hall of Fame driver, but he does choke in big moments. That's another fact. He has not won a championship. He's had plenty of opportunities. He's had it handed to him, and he has repeatedly choked on it. So, you know, sometimes I gotta say it, but I feel like I've talked about Denny Hamlin for 30 minutes now. One day, 7 championships will get broken. Yeah, what do you mean? Jimmy Johnson's coming back next year, and they've already given him the championship. No, I'm just kidding. All right, if I were NASCAR, like to change things in times, I would do it to where the chase didn't exist, and Gordon would be the 2004, 2007, 2014 champion, and I would implement the knockout system in 2015, and I would give Gordon the best car ever for Homestead, and so he would walk off in his final career race in a win to not only just win his last race, but to win a record-breaking 8th championship. Obviously, I don't have a time machine. I'm awful at science. I'm awful at technology, so that will never happen. Never get your hopes up for that. So I can dream. Yeah, that comment, you will like it as a Chase fan. Let me go back up to it real quick, guys. Hold on. I'm probably going to blow by it. The Spring Martinsville race. Thanks, man. I can't believe the photo finish. I feel like I went too far. Yeah, let's go the other way. The Spring Martinsville race. I feel Jeff, my personal favorite. 2016 shows the garage as a family. Dennis, I predict there are like, I feel one day, okay. I feel like one day after Ty Gibbs, who replaced Bell in the 20, y'all should get that joke. But after Ty Gibbs wrecked Chase for a win, I feel like Chase will throw a haymaker. Okay, yeah, I cut off that comment too early. I apologize, but I don't know. I was probably in the middle of a rant, and I probably just was not in the mood for it. But yeah, I think that's funny. Elliott's had a problem with all three of the 4 Gibbs drivers. He's obviously last year with Kyle Busch, last year with Truex at 2 Darlington races, and then Hamlin and Martinsville in 2017. So Christopher Bell and Chase Elliott, if they're ever battling for a win. Yikes. What do you think about the IndyCar race at Nashville? I know nothing about IndyCar, but I'm considering going to that race next weekend. If the weather looks good and I got the money for it, it's Jimmy's first IndyCar race, and I think the tickets are manageable, so I might go. Do you think NASCAR is playing copycat with Chicago? I don't know what that means. If you're talking about the street course, dude, I'm looking forward to that if that happens. Street courses, they sound fun. I love watching F1 highlights of street courses like Monaco. Like, sure, the racing might not be great because it's hard to pass there, but dude, it's just so fun to see them like go between buildings and stuff, you know, and like go on these corners, and there's like just people chilling like at a casino, like watching the race. That's like the coolest thing ever to me. Joey could not only break Denny's back, could have paralyzed him, and he did not even attempt to move. Joey, yeah, but later, I feel like, no, that was before. The whole Bristol thing in 2013, that was before. That's why Joey was all pissed. You know, it's not like Joey just completely, like, hooked a ride on him and dumped him. But, you know, Joey definitely was a little too aggressive there. But, okay. If you had a time machine, make Jimmy the 03, 05, 06, 08, okay, I see what you're doing there. So you give Jimmy 03, 05, 06, 08, 010, 09, 010, 12, 13, 16. Dude, yes, take the championship away from Brad. That's what you get for Texas 2014. Mickey Mouse ring, as the kids say. If you think about it, you could make a case that every single Chase championship, with the exception of the 2017 Truex run, is a Mickey Mouse ring. And maybe like 2013 Jimmy Johnson. And you can make a case against Tony Stewart in 2011. But yeah, ever since the Chase has been implemented, you can make a case for the Mickey Mouse ring, except for 2013, 2017. Ever since I've been a NASCAR fan, 2010, Jimmy Johnson, Mickey Mouse ring. The Chase gave him a reset. 2011, Tony Stewart, Mickey Mouse ring. He only won it late in the year. He didn't win early in the year. 2012, Brad Keselowski, Mickey Mouse ring. He didn't get pure head-to-head Jimmy Johnson. 2014, Mickey Mouse ring for Kevin Harvick because Jeff Gordon dominated that year, and he didn't have to face Jeff in the Final Four. Ooh, let's see. 2015, Kyle Busch, Mickey Mouse ring because he missed a third of the season. 2016, Jimmy Johnson, Mickey Mouse ring. He was handed the championship when Joey wrecked Carl. 2018, Mickey Mouse ring because the big three didn't win. Joey locked into it. 2019 Mickey Mouse ring for Kyle Busch because Truex put the wrong tire on and Denny blew an engine or whatever he did. And then this past year, 2020, Mickey Mouse ring for Chase Elliott because he didn't have to face Kevin Harvick in the championship. So there you go. Every single Mickey Mouse case in the last 10 years, with the exception of 2017, 2013, because those guys kicked everyone's butts those years. Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, Las Vegas. Punching was involved. I hope Jimmy was sandbagging in Indy. I can make a case for some Winston Cup. Was a Mickey ring. Winston was pure, in my opinion, in terms of the championship, so I don't think you could make that. That's just my opinion. You can say what if. Like, you could say what if in 1996 Jeff Gordon didn't have 7 or 8 DNFs. Well, then he would have won the championship if he only had 4 or 5 because he won 10 races that year. Terry Labonte only won 2 races, but you know what? He was more consistent. He had more top 10s. He had more top 5s. But Gordon had more DNFs, and that ended up being what costing him at the end. So, Mickey Mouse rings, the biggest meme of them all. I tell you what, when people copy and paste it, it's annoying. But when you can make your own that's like actually funny in your own new cases, it's hilarious. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I've got a friend who's currently doing a project to help raise money for homeless veterans. I'm going to get the link up. It's just like, I don't know what kind of project it is, but basically trying to help homeless veterans to just get help, I guess, whether it be food, shelter, all that stuff. And so I'm going to put the link in the chat if you want to considering donating to the cause. It talks about it in there. It talks about the cause, obviously, shows it's like a GoFundMe, basically. So I'll put that in chat, and if you want to, then you can go for it. But that would help my friend out a lot, and it's for a good cause. So yeah, let me get that link. I'm trying to get it real quick. When I say real quick, I mean like forever, because, you know, it takes a while. Anyway, scroll. Okay, I'm getting close, and then I'll get back to your comments. I'm hoping that you guys put some more comments, because I caught up to the comments, and you know, I wasn't able to get it. Okay, here we go. All right, it's loading. All right, we're going to copy. We are going to paste, and here it is. There you go. Cool. I wish people stopped calling them Mickey rings. For example, Joey won Dega 2018 and stops winning to the playoffs. It shows they stopped bringing the great stuff, if anything, the 06, 09, 13 rings for Jim, i.e. how he won it during any format. Yeah, I think that's something I respect about Jimmy. It's like no matter how they changed the format to try to beat him, he beat the format. The only one he didn't beat was the stage racing, I guess, but whatever. But he won in the knockout format. He won in the 12. He won the 12-person chase. He won in the 10-person chase. So he did it all. You like it? Put it out. I do like that segment, Put It Out. I think it's funny. I think it's a fun one. It's unique. And it's kind of fun to see cars like fly into the air when no one gets hurt, obviously. Like some of those dirt clips. Dale Sr. has 2 Mickey Mouse rings. The year Ernie broke his back. If he did not, he would not win 7. The year Martin engine got penalized for no reason. Huh. I didn't know about that. Interesting. Let's see here. Joey Logano's doing a throwback to Mario Andretti. Thought that was cool. Chase Elliott's doing one to Alan Kulwicki. Joey Gase is doing one for Davey Allison at Talladega. Thought that was cool. What was that? I saw something. Okay. I missed it. Let's see here. Did you watch 2-Track Mind with Jim Burton? No, I did not. You say it's really good? All right. Like 2020, Kevin have Chase, Joey, Brad, etc. bought their best stuff all year. Kevin does not win 9 races. Yeah, I guess you can make that case. They're honking their horns out there. Jeez. Well, guys, I'm kind of tired, to be honest, but it was really fun. I really enjoyed these live streams with you guys, getting some of these questions. We talked about the next gen car a bit at the beginning. We talked about some Mickey Mouse rings. We talked about Denny Hamlin choking. Some other fun controversies. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll try to do more of these. Might do another one next week. But yeah, we got the race on Saturday, hopefully, if not Sunday. Martinsville, I love Martinsville. So yeah, my pick to win is Martin Truex Jr. I think he's the first 2-time winner this year. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Have a great rest of your night. Have a great rest of your day. And I will see you guys later.